Welcome to Single Card Spotlight. I'm Luis Scott Vargas here with Martin Yuza, fresh off your Pro Tour Top 8 here. And we're going to talk about the elephant in the room, Greenbelt Rampager. So what's going on with Greenbelt Rampager? You played a Jund Energy aggro deck, and this did a lot of different things for you.
I did. It's a very undercosted card for the stats that it has. Like 3/4 for one mana is obviously great. You do need to pair it with some good energy cards, so obviously something like Attune the Aether is a good card to pair it with, gives you 2 energy, so you can play it on turn 2, maybe use a 1-mana removal spell, like Shock or Fatal Push. It also does some other cool things, like you can play it, if you don't have energy, you can put the trigger on the stack, crew a vehicle, bounce it back to your hand, then replay it again after combat, so you can crew your Heart of Kiran later in your opponent's combat step or whatever. You can also do some cool stuff with Long Tusk Cup, because if you play it, you gain your second energy, then you use the energy for Long Tusk Cup, you keep bouncing it back to your hand, making your Long Tusk Cup bigger. Sometimes you can also, when you have those draws with a bunch of forests and only either help as your colored mana source, you can bounce it back to your hand and like make sure you have enough energy to play your red spells or black spells.
So it's a 1-mana 3/4, a mana fixer, it crews all your vehicles.
Sort of, yeah.
What doesn't it do?
Yeah, it has good stats. It's also good in this format because it blocks Scrabby Scrounger pretty well, the 3/2, and it also blocks Exemplar, the 3/2 white guy for 1 mana. So yeah, it does a lot for just 1 green mana, that's true.
Yeah, it's a 1-drop you can't play on turn 1, so like, there's no way to stick it and play on turn 1. But you know, I watched you play all weekend, and sometimes you had draws where you would play a Shock on turn 1, or a Attune with Aether maybe, and then play Voltaic Brawler on turn 2. Then turn 3 you could play like Heart of Kiran and Greenbelt Rampager.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a 1 mana 2-drop, like a card you can't play on turn 1, but it's sort of a 2-drop, but it costs 1 mana.
Yeah, and even with just double forest, turn 1 Rampager, make an energy, turn 2 make an energy, just play it.
Sometimes you just play it on turn 2, like sometimes you just play a land on turn 1, make 1 energy, and turn 2 you just take a 3/4. Like nothing wrong with that.
We also saw one more combo with it. I saw it come up in testing yesterday.
Oh yes.
You play it, it bounces, and then what does that do?
Yeah, it turns on your Fatal Push Revolt energy, so like sometimes it just goes back to your hand, like something left the battlefield, and you can Revolt, Fatal Push a big guy.
So this is a lot more going on than it might look like at first.
That is true,
especially since it just looks like a 1-mana 3/4, but clearly there's more to the story. So
that's true. Yeah.
Thanks for talking to us about Greenbelt Rampager, Martin. That was our Single Card Spotlight.